Okay, so it seems that there's been a pretty significant update to the whole Filian situation. Now, if you guys don't know, Filian has been on hiatus for a little while now, and one of the big things that have been going on is the wall. The wall is a kind of ARG type thing that they've been doing, and essentially lots of fans can kind of add their own images, and it's almost like r/place, right? It's been very, very popular, and it's been going on for quite a bit, right? But now it seems that they have entered phase 2 of this. Obviously, we covered phase 1 a couple of weeks ago, and now they say they're entering phase 2. They say phase 2, whatever you paint on the wall will be put on a massive flipping board in downtown Tokyo. So yeah, obviously that is what they announce here, is the fact that, you know, anything that is kind of written on here will be shown in some big billboard within Tokyo. I'm not sure exactly which one. I don't know if they show it. One of the biggest billboards on Earth. They say, oh, is that Shibuya Crossing? Okay, so yeah, it will be on a Shibuya Crossing billboard, which is absolutely huge. And yeah, I think it's pretty insane, right? I think it's pretty insane for something to do with, you know, potentially her comeback, right? Now, of course, this doesn't really give us any new information on where she is or whatever, but it definitely is an update on the wall itself. You can see the website has now updated too. I think it's actually cleared the old wall. Now, I don't know if this was, you know, my kind of guess was that maybe phase 1 was like a test to see like everything was working and make sure everything was all good and nothing would get like abused or whatever. And then once they check that, then they go into phase 2 where they kind of refresh the board for everyone to actually put that stuff up for Shibuya and things. Because if something went wrong and it was during phase 2, whenever it's supposed to be for this like finalized big drawing, right? I think, of course, things could go pretty bad, so they didn't want that to go bad. That's my kind of guessing as to why they did phase 1. Maybe not. Maybe they just wanted to kind of just build up hype or whatever. But they say there's only 7 days left. When this timer hits 0, the wall closes for good. Whatever is painted on it, in the moment that it ends, becomes the final piece. We're paying to display it on one of the biggest billboards on Earth in the heart of Shibuya, Japan, for the entire world to see. Grab a can, every stroke counts. What's on the wall when the clock runs out is what Shibuya and the rest of the world will see. So yeah, this is the entire canvas here. Okay, pregnant Filian's back. Okay, great. So yeah, this is the entire canvas. It's much, I don't know, it feels smaller, but I don't think it is. I think it's just people have made bigger drawings. But looks absolutely insane already, but it seems like it's going to take a couple of days for it to get back to where it kind of was, because you can still see a lot of the wall behind. You can see, yeah, Snackers are you. There's Osu there, of course, with a couple of Neurosamas. So again, maybe people are going to have a different idea of what they're going to put up on the wall this time, because beforehand, lots of people were trying to, you know, promo, you know, maybe put their favorite game on there, put their favorite content creator, of course. But maybe people are going to be a little bit more Filian focused now, especially whenever it comes to the fact that this is going to be appearing on a billboard in Shibuya. So I reckon, you know, maybe there's going to be some kind of, you know, effort to maybe include Filian a little bit more than last time, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there will be. But essentially, yeah, there's been so many more signals and stuff that have come out. There's been 796 signals submitted and only 29 approved. So that's how many people are submitting images. And you can see here, right? You know, Filian, you know, Mike Sunday wearing Filian Is Lost t-shirt, Toronto, Canada. Mike Sunday wearing it at a, you know, obviously a set there or whatever. There's also someone, Tokyo Ghoul gifted a Muscle Mommy Bar Filian Is Lost t-shirt. So, of course, they got him to wear it or whatever, which is cool. You know, Filian Is Lost in Australia. These ones we've seen before. It seems like these are just all the same ones that we saw in the last video, but it is pretty interesting, right? And surely there's going to be more that pops up, and these are the ones that have just been approved, by the way. There's probably many more that haven't been approved yet, that are still out there, but it seems like it's growing, right? Lots of people are putting Filian Is Lost literally everywhere, to the point where yeah, we're having it all across the world, whether it's in Canada, Tokyo, you know, England, you know, Oklahoma, right? It's literally all of these places. It's kind of crazy. But as for the actual, you know, wall itself, of course, you know, it seems like there's been a couple of things on here. I mean, Pregnant Filian, I think is going to be a permanent installment of this board. I think that, you know, It's just gonna be crazy to see this in Shibuya, and just be like one huge ass Filian is pregnant thing, which is just gonna be crazy. But yeah, of course, the Osu people getting to work, as always. Is this a Neurosama thing? I'm pretty sure this is a Neurosama painting. Oh my god. This is the cool thing about this as well. This is why this is a little bit different to, you know, r/plays. It's much more detailed. You can see like how much more detailed it is, whenever you like zoom in, because from out here, it looks like kind of like, okay, that's whatever. But you can actually see when you zoom in, how much work and how much like different like sprays and stuff like that have all been put into this, to really make a detailed design. That's really cool. So like whenever you look at some of these big ones, you think, oh, it's not that big, and then you zoom in, you're like, actually, that's quite big, right? Because yeah, I mean, you know, you can make really small images and still make them super detailed, which is definitely, I think, a one-up on stuff like r/place, where it's quite a big pixel, so you can only, you know, make it to a certain quality, whereas like these ones, for example, definitely look much more higher quality, especially this Osu one. Bro, that's crispy. That is crispy, bro. I don't know who did that, but again, it is. Oh my god, wait, it's a never-ending Osu. That's crazy. Oh my god, that's great. Wait, that's actually kind of smart. Holy. So yeah, a never-ending Osu there. They will always be in every single kind of event like this. I don't know how they just kind of just show up, right? There's like spam there. Snackers are you. So again, very, very cool. And of course, there's, you know, some other groups and stuff putting their own name. Pregnant Sonic is also making a comeback as well. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, that is essentially everything there is with this wall. I just kind of want to show it to you guys because again, phase 2 is beginning. Now, what does this mean for the future of the wall? I'm not sure. Does this mean that in 7 days time there could be a response from Filian? Because one of these big things, I think, you know, the main idea behind it all was to get Filian's attention by having this, you know, pop up in, you know, so many places, and having people write Filian is lost in so many places to hopefully get her attention, you know, in the lore sense. Of course, you know, she's behind this all and whatever, but in the kind of like story sense, and how they're kind of presenting it as the fact that she's like disappeared and that she's lost, and that we're trying to find a way to get her back. Maybe there's going to be some kind of update whenever Shibuya actually puts up the billboard, and maybe like Filian you know, finds it or whatever, and you know, comes back or something. I don't know, but again, this is phase 2. It makes me think, how many phases are there going to be? Is there going to be a phase 3, phase 4, phase 5? You know, how many phases is there? Because there's no guarantee as to the fact that there is like 3 phases or something. It could be, you know, 10. Like phase 10, we're going to be here like a year's time, and like Filian stars have shown up as like, yeah guys, phase 10, we're going to be showing this up at like in London, right? In a billboard in London. that'd be funny, but no, of course not. I have faith that, you know, potentially there will be a return soon, after this stuff kind of concludes. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of cool stuff over there. Oh my god, I'm stumbling up on my words. Yeah, go over there, check it out, code Kaza, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.